Brunswick Juventus and Eltham Redbacks. Starting lineup for the visiting side, number 25, Dylan Redbacks, number 17, Marcus Day, number 5, Josh Dennett, number 26, Finn Diamond, number 7, Nicholas Edwards, number 1, Abdul Karim Koch, number 20, Liam O'Connell, number 8, Billy Romas, number 4, Tremaine Sadler, number 19, Mehmet Yusal, number 6, Liam Wolstenholme. The starting 11 for Brunswick Juventus. Number 10, Marko Basic. Number 19, Sean Ellis. Number 6, Dominic Fella. Number 1, Nicholas Feely. Number 8, Luka Lovic. Number 3, Nenad Nikolic. Number 15, Luka Pullen. Number 99, Nu Sahavdic. Number 5, Nicholas Simioy. Number 11, James Zidias. Number 44, Alexander Castiello. Just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, of Football Victoria's Code of Conduct can be found on the Football Victoria website. Canteen facilities are open. Make your way down there for hot food and drinks.
You guys all good? Yeah? All settled in?
A major clash on the cards here tonight at CB Smith in the Victorian Premier League First Division, where Brunswick Juventus host the Eltham Redbacks live from CB Smith Reserve. My name is Adam Palombi. I'm joined by Joe Seller from the commentary position. Joe, we've been here before, but how important is the 3 points tonight in the scheme of the season for Brunswick Juventus this year?
Well, thank you for the welcome, Adam. Yes, vitally important for both teams, I'd suggest. The two teams did meet earlier on in the season. Bit of a hotly contested event down at the Eltham Basin down there. So I think there's some scores to be settled one way or the other. But we're looking forward to it. It's a very important clash.
We'll start with how the visitors are to line up this evening. Goalkeeper Abdul Karim Koch is the captain and starts in between the sticks. Liam O'Connell, Finn Diamond, Tremaine Sadler and Dylan Bressolan are the back four, with Liam Westelholm, Josh Demmett and Nicholas Edwards in the middle. In fact, Edwards joins Usal on the flanks. Marcus Day and Billy Romas are the two up top, completing that of the stroke partnership. As for Brunswick Juventus, Nick Feely is the goalkeeper. Nenad Nikolic and James Zidias are the fullbacks, with Nick Simioy the captain and Alexander Castellio in the centre-back positions. Dominic Falla, Marko Basic and Luka Lovic complete the midfield, with Luka Pullen, recent Cup hero Sean Ellis and striker Nun Sahavdic completing the attacking trio. The substitutions for the hosts: Liam Price joins Ethan Pisani, Robert Tatchenko, Salu Kamara, Christian Tramontana and Samuel Douet on the bench. As for the visitors, they have Andrei Stefanovski, Josh Miller, John Prescott, Fletcher Companecchia, Temur Foyabi and Marquez Infelice to choose from. Third against fifth, it's always a pleasure when commentating on the second tier of Victorian football. For Brunswick Juventus, they were in the VPL 2 last year. That was the last time, on a personal note, I was at the club broadcasting, and, well, to think back to that fateful day in September, Joe, where formerly Mick Calandrella, the manager of Brunswick Juventus, had steered them to a playoff victory, which has them now in the Victorian Premier League's First Division.
Well, most clubs, Adam, need is an opportunity. We're grateful for the year that that Mick had, and we look forward to hopefully replicating. Maybe not going to that distance, though.
Which would be the ideal way that Brunswick Juventus were to qualify. Of course, they do sit pretty in third place. A win here tonight puts them on equal points with Northcote. If they are to win by a greater scoreline than 3-0 on goal difference, they will find themselves inside the top two, a point off that of current league leaders, the Melbourne Knights.
Yes, indeed. It'll be hotly contested, especially early, as you can tell by a couple of challenges already.
Last time these two sides played each other, Joe, why not describe the action? It was a pretty hotly contested matchup in Melbourne's North when they previously faced.
Indeed. I mean, the Eltham Basin there is not the most hospitable place to travel for the away team, and you're quite involved with the crowd. The race facility sort of lend itself to being right up close, so And we had the misfortune of having a player sent off, and indeed our gaffer got sent off. So it's a little bit of a sour taste, but that's football. Got to learn to cope with those sort of things. But I'm sure that's paramount in the boys' minds at the moment. So hopefully we can replicate some of the better form and go from there.
For the Redbacks, they are 3 points away from Brunswick Juventus' third place position on the VPL 1 men's ladder. They have FC Bulleen Lions 2 points adrift from them in 6th position with victory a complete match away in 7th. So it's getting very tight this time of year. We've already passed the halfway point of season 2026. It's incredible to think that already a year's passed in between drinks at CB Smith Reserve, but nonetheless, considering what was rather a hostile away visit last time out, I wonder what's in store for us here tonight as Castellio will roll towards his fullback and spend, well, in real recency, I'd like to touch on when we get the chance, Joe, about the Australia Cup performance. That was only at the start of the week.
Yeah, very exciting. We're quite pleased with the performance. The boys dug deep. We've got a reasonably good squad that bats deep, so to speak, and we're able to take it to Oakley, who are obviously showed qualities of why they're on top of the table in the next level up. But very happy for the boys. They're justifiably, this is one of the reasons the game's been delayed by an extra day to give us that 72-hour recuperation. But yeah, looking forward to the challenge of that one. But every game's a different one. The only thing that doesn't stop in nature is time. So we've just got to deal with things, prepare as best we can. We meet Bulleen twice in the space of a week.
Wow.
That's the next round. Well, sorry, the round after.
So trips to the Venator Club on the cards, and oh no.
No, both at home.
Lovely.
Both at home, the cup game and indeed the next league game. We already played Bulleen away for a 2-1 win. So we're playing at home. So looking forward to that one.
Nice.
As they say, that's in the future. Need to cope with tonight first.
Well, considering always travelling to the Venator Club, never an easy task for any side that might do so. They've been gatekeeping the VPL competition for some time. They have aspirations on both the Doherty and Australian Cup level, as might Brunswick Juventus have. As they might try conjure up an early attack, it's going to be an intriguing night of individual battles all across the park. To mention CB Smith's playing surface looking pristine, as the floodlights bear upon it on broadcast flank. It's the Redbacks who'll try make a move forward. It's Alston Holm who was wanting to go on a journey, which is a nice introduction for tonight's official, who sounds his whistle for the first time. And
hopefully not too involved too many times. It's always good when you don't really notice the referee and the game flows.
So the Redbacks have a free kick. They've sent it right towards the semicircle on the edge of the box. Looking for something. A flick on might be there. There's a couple of players that go down in red shirts. And
a lot of remonstrating here. I think free kick's been given outside the box.
there's many protests. It's been a decent start in the opening, say, 3 minutes. It's not exactly.
Not great positioning here. Nick Feely, first game back after an injury layoff. Be keen to get that wall right on, spot on. Xidius directing traffic. 5-man wall it is.
And there's a series of protests from the Redbacks, and all considered, their first did not go undenied. So
there's the real estate measure from the ref. Back we go. So every bit of the 10 metres.
And judging how Nicholas Edwards is standing behind the dead ball, there'd be no outlandish assumption that he is going to strike. He's in a fantastic region from an Eltham perspective. A deep breath from Edwards, keeping the wall waiting. He gets his shot away.
Feely up to it, nudge it away, his right-hand side, just in front of the P&S Mirabella sign.
So the Redbacks kicking to the southern end of CB Smith. Brunswick to the north. We coined that as How'd you coin it before?
Well,
in
we coined it the
post-match?
land track and Crocham's end of the ground, which is the northern end, and the P&S, Mirabella and Carmignani, the south end.
So that's where the Redbacks have found their first corner of the match. Decent save from that of a returning Nick Feely. Lots of players crowd around him. Cross comes in towards the back post. Feely, Superman punches the ball away. Recycled back into the area for the Redbacks. Certainly a ball to be won. Edge of the area, they might have a chance to strike.
And
As
that one
O'Connell
looks like it's a neighbour's ball.
propped up for O'Connell, and he thought to give it a go, and well, I'm sure somebody that resides at the back end of the southern end of CB Smith has a ball in their backyard.
If it's not the first house, it'll be the second house, and we may have lost it.
Well, you've been around the club for some time now, Joe. I'd love to pick your brain on how many have been lost, or perhaps donated, if you will, to the residents of Fawkner.
Yeah, it's not something we're proud of, Adam. It just sort of occurs.
It's not a badge of honour, unfortunately.
Still,
although
the facility's a great facility, and I say that tongue-in-cheek, but our code probably needs a bit more of these facilities.
as Ellis looked to latch on, danger had to be averted. Falla, former Heidelberg United teammates, now applying their trade in Brunswick Juventus colours. The cross was poised for the near post by Zidius. Comfortable.
Koch just positioned too well there, straight to his arms, Koch. Been a very good goalkeeper, some majestic saves in the first round. Kept them in the game when we were on top, but neither side really, it's a little bit helter-skelter at the moment still.
Alston Holm was turning in the engine room. Wanted play to go through Sadler. He sent it long forward. A searching ball won't be kept in play by Usal. On the left flank tonight, Mehmet has had playing stints across Victoria. NPL experience prior to joining the Redbacks, and I'm not sure if he was in the matchup last time these two sides had faced, but if he was, Joe, was he a tricky customer? Mehmet Usal.
They're all tricky customers, very quick on the AstroTurf, and their effort second to none. So, got to be wary of most players.
Another move could be on the cards. It was well poised for Josh Dennett, who's made an advancing run as the central midfielder tonight. He was looking to break the lines with some box breaking. Courageous from the Redbacks. So look to try something here. Usal's cross, not cleared yet by Juventus. The second clearance from the fullback of Nikolic never went out of play, kept in.
Long way back, pulling, gets it forward. So Habdic with a lot to chase. So we've started with Luca pulling on the left-hand side, and Basic has retreated into the 10 role.
Sean Ellis advancing as well in that attacking trio. And what a moment it was against the Oakley Cannons only recently. It was a nice healthy crowd that built up at CB Smith. They were very vocal.
Yeah, it was a great night. The skipper credited himself with the assist there after Campbell had found him deep. And Sean does what Sean does in tight. That is majestically placed the ball where it needs to be.
He simply lives and breathes for a big moment in a knockout cup competition. Does Sean Ellis had scored against the Central Coast Mariners a couple of years back for Heidelberg United in what was his farewell season under Johnny Anastasiadis to make it 3-1 against the treble winners under Nick Montgomery, formerly of the Central Coast, showing that at a local level his players can compete with Australia's best. Ellis looking inside the box. Ooh. It could have been a very pedestrian back pass, and Koch had to clear.
Pullen just ducking in behind there, blind side of the defender, who had to deal with it. First corner for Brunswick Juventus. Very good around the club too. Someone like Sean Ellis, the experience, just no airs and graces, just understands what needs to be done, as we don't get it past the first man.
Ball cleared by Romas, who was a makeshift fullback. He's deployed a lot higher up the pitch tonight. The number 8 has nothing doing, according to the official. Throw in forthcoming for the Redbacks. It's a very long throw. My word, that throw in went from one bench to the other.
They have that in their armoury, and on their home pitch, it's quite a weapon.
That was a comically long throw taken by the Redbacks, and it could be a, well, chink in the Juventus armour. That, of course, of Brunswick. Not to be exploited at any stage as Castellio, Simeoi back towards Castellio. Lovic. Fala in that traditional number 6 position. Had joined from Northcote at the start of this season. Formerly of Heidelberg as well.
Good early ball.
He's always had injury concerns, Don Fala, but when he's fit and firing, he's a very good player to have in your arsenal. As it was strong from Wolstenholme. Wanted Romas, never found him. Ellis in possession. Teases the ball over the top. In pursuit was Pullen, but he won't arrive. So
I think look at Pullen looking for the ball on the floor inside, and it's actually gone behind him, but a little opportunity for Sean Ellis to just conjure something up from in close.
you mentioned also off air, Joe, that Gilboy might have some injury concerns to speak of.
Nothing major, we hope, just a little twinge. I'd like to get him right for the rest of the season rather than take a chance at this early stage. It's a long way to go yet.
And considering how Brunswick Juventus might want to avoid the playoffs as they had in the VPL 2 competition last season.
Yeah, it's something we're not planning for, but it's a long way to go yet, as I say. But if we can get there sooner, it'd be better, Adam.
They definitely want to have Gilboy fit and firing when he is all healthy.
Early taken there, cut off by Ellis now.
Ellis looking to play the ball. There's some space opening up on the broadcast wing. It was interpreted by Zidius, although the ball was never found towards that region. As Usal.
Some good work.
Fala interprets it well. In possession, Don Fala has the composure. Lofts it down the line towards Ellis. Lovely first touch from Sean Ellis.
Here's Basic in a bit of space now. He gets it now. Long way back to defend, Basic did, but...
And the space opens up for Brunswick Juventus. They flick the switch.
Early
It's an
ball comes.
awkward cross.
Ooh.
It might sit up kindly. There was great representation in white and black.
Trey Sadler just gets a vital touch there, take it away from Sahavdic.
Oh, cutting inside nicely was Lovic. The layoff and the shot. Well, not so much the same in that move. It was off the boot of, dare I say, Marco Basic, and he'd want that back. So a pedestrian effort in the end, but
You'd like to have that opportunity back again.
an impressive move nonetheless from Juventus. They were certainly moving the ball well.
Well, Basic, if you recall, was down the right-hand side at full back there doing his defensive duties, always looking to pick up the ball through the middle again. And here he is on the ball again.
Oh, and Brunswick Juventus might have a chance to score here. There's lots of space. The shots. Unfortunate. Sahavdic. His touch might have only put him out of his stride. He was
I think so.
a little bit unbalanced as he took the shot on. It was a comfortable height.
I thought he might have gone near post on the floor there.
Abdul
Comfortable
Karim Koch
save.
was able to have a comfortable save, like you mentioned. At the other end, Hisal will not keep that in play. That will be Nick Feely's ball for a goal kick. So cagey start. There's, of course, other football occurring across the Victorian Premier League First Division tonight. We'll keep tabs on what is happening around the grounds when we can. Already 15 weeks played in State League football. It is incredible how quick this year's gone. As it's well held up by Sahavdic. Slipping was Basic. Possession with Wolstenholme, who's having a decent game so far. Long ball was looking to try and lock Edwards. Feely, with all his experience, uses his box well. The counter was nearly on there, all starting from field. He wanted to go quickly. Nikolic went down the line, but his pass with too much pace on it.
The slick surface. We had a little bit of rain this afternoon in Marybeck, and the ground's just very suitable for quick style football. But once it skids off, it skids off.
We mentioned the ramifications, of course, if Eltham, or if Brunswick Juventus are to win tonight, but for Eltham, a win would take them into the top 3. It would be at the expense of both Brunswick Juventus and Manningham United. So intriguing narrative in tonight's game. You can understand, well, not so much the animosity, but competitive nature of it.
Yeah, precisely that, just competitive nature.
So the finals-like feel about it already as Alice will look for Sahavdic, who made a contest of it with the keeper. The clearance comes off
Abdul Karim Koch. He's a formidable character, very vocal. You don't get the armband at a football club unless you're a leader both on and off the pitch. So he's not going to make it easy, but they have conceded some goals themselves, so they're not unbeatable.
There is a match happening at Kevin Bartlett Reserve between FC Melbourne Serbia and Langwarrin Soccer Club at half-time. That game is still scoreless, 0-0. Fala shifts it out wide. Nikolic rather. Pullen, cross comes in, Alice at the back posts. Won't go towards that part of the 6-yard. Hussail goes down the line, stepping inside and earning a free kick. Were the Redbacks. As Marcus Day was looking to escape, he thought, might as well get the foul. And
don't think the ref was 100% convinced, but finally blew the whistle.
In full transparency, I'd love to give you who tonight's official is. We're trying to have dribble work, but I believe the app might be going through an update, so we'll have to make do with what we can regarding the official.
Can't help you with that one, Adam. They have enough trouble with dribble.
More on that later, as it was sent forward defensively by Brunswick Juventus. They were looking to try a diag switch, was Zidius. Play not cleared yet. The Redbacks happy to keep things alive. For Solden. Possession back with the hosts. They're doing a decent job so far of getting play back, having moments to restart, have passing plays and manoeuvres transpire.
Exidia staying high and wide, which means that the Eltham Redbacks forward's got to go with him.
Alice keeps possession, the Scotsman. It's aimless in the end. It was
a nice ball just in front of the zebra sign, but no one was there.
Luka Lovic setting the ball on the diag out of play, but certainly, as you mentioned, the advancing Nejad Nikolic providing some slight teething issues for the Redbacks defensively. Their structure has been impacted by the fullback who wants to advance himself further up the pitch. Here's the long throw-in taken by the Redbacks. It really buys them so much territory. Alice will control possession on the edge of the area. A chance might open up for Brunswick Juventus.
Oh, just scuffed it. Just scuffed it. He'd like that opportunity back at him. He just scuffed it, I think. And Abdul Karim was actually off balance. Bit of an escape there for the Redbacks.
It's very awkward from the goalkeeper. I dare I say it had taken a very large bubble off the rough patch inside the 6-yard box. And
yeah, he looked unbalanced as he pushed it away.
Awkward viewing from the goalkeeper. Cross comes in. This time he's a lot more comfortable. He's the Redbacks captain. Abdul Karim Koch claims the ball. But as for the previous effort, it was Sahavdic who had a chance to score. He's had a couple of moments where he's been in behind, courtesy of Sean Ellis. They play off each other rather well. There's decent connection between those two, as we've seen, but no end product yet.
I'm sure he'd like a bit more reward for the effort. Just hasn't occurred too regularly so far. Can't fault the effort.
Still scoreless at CB Smith Reserve. It's been a decent start to this contest. From a mutual perspective, Brunswick Juventus with a couple of chances. Sahavdic with them both. He could not take them, but he's been working hard, and so have the side that sit in third place. Nick Feely taking no chances. And as for the Redbacks to start a forward move of their own.
Might see that long throw now. I think it's in the vicinity where quite sure whether this is the actual gentleman, but quite prodigious throw.
Josh Dennett getting the ball nice and dry. Players crowding in the box. This is basically a cross. It's what you'd see from Max Nicola of South Melbourne. His throw was long, Dennett, although Feely
At a good pace too, I might add. Not quite sure what substitutes for shoulder blades in that regard, but he's very good at it.
Redbacks
Yellow, unsure.
wanted to compact the space. It was the striker Sahavdic trying to head it on. Redbacks defensively want possession, although they want a long ball as well. Doesn't work in their favour. Brasolin heads it long, flicked on by Romas, who's coming deeper. Castellio happy to go back to his keeper.
Some of the crowd getting quite animated.
Lovic. Sahavdic will chase. Sadler will head away, then clear for a Brunswick Juventus throw-in. Inside their attacking third. Lovic. Not on the same wavelength with his teammates. Sahavdic was making a run inside the box. Yusal, lovely touch inside. The Redbacks now looking to go down the broadcast wing. Yusal got it back from Wollston Horn. Cross was blocked. Dennett. Diamond. Works it wide. Brasolin. Crosses with shape. Inside the area are the Redbacks. The volley from distance denied. The follow-up saved by Feely. Another chance and a goal. Romas able to finish after Nick Feely had gone Superman. The shot stopper made two incredible initial saves, but the third spill out into his 6-yard box was finished by the Redbacks number 8 of Billy Romas, and it's the visitors who lead away from home.
Goal for Redbacks, goal scorer number 8, Billy Romas. Brunswick Juventus 0, Eltham Redbacks 1.
They weren't to be denied. It was a great cross in from the fullback Brasolin. And you must feel from Nick Feely at the moment, considering he was there to make a duo of what would have been 9 times out of 10 in any other occasion, certain goals.
There was too many runners coming through, a lot of red shirts looking for that that ball that was saved on 2 occasions. Couldn't keep it out the third time.
You'd almost argue it's against the balance of play. And Juventus, out of Brunswick, are chasing the game. They trail by a goal.
Need to step up the ante a little bit.
Not to be dejected by trailing. They've certainly had chances to score, though. This team asking questions out of the 2. As Simioi, Fala getting more and more on the ball, trying to conduct things off the ball. That's what he's doing. Castellio goes over the top. Zidius will arrive to it first. The cross comes in towards the near post. Head of the way. Sadler. Ellis pressing. Redbacks have to try and get play cleared from a defensive throw-in.
Zidius' first time ball nodded backwards by Trey Sadler. Just need to be, that quick ball movement needs to happen now. You should see a response.
Dennett with the trademark long throw. Zidius heads it back out of play, and roughly 10 yards were gained by the 5th place side in the VPL 1 competition out of Eltham Redbacks. Another long throw from Dennett. It is almost as long as a through ball over the top. It is incredible. Falla provides the interception required. Nikolic going down the line. It's Brasolin who cuts it out. Lovely weight in the pass to find Romas. Sadler. Chasing was Husal, trying to make something out of nothing. Fairly in possession to get play rolling again.
It's a familiar tactic, that one. Left-footed Trey Sadler, the centre forward, goes to the left-hand side, creating the spacing behind. Didn't get there on that occasion, but they've been dangerous all year with that sort of passage.
Redbacks, similar to how Brunswick Juventus might have in the, or replicating some consecutive playoffs and finding themselves in the VPL 1. They've had a lot to do as a club, but nothing doing from the official there, as their captain, Abdul Karim Kok, was, well, very keen to win the ball and prevent anything from forthcoming on the left flank where Pullen might be. Castellio for Semioy. Castellio. Zidius. Falla, heavy touch. Sal wanted to escape with the possession. Diamond heads it away. Brasolin takes charge. Inside the attacking part of their
just a little weight,
central
waiting for
semicircle.
the ball. That last ball's not quite there.
Might be here as Pullen has a chance to cross. Switches to his right foot from the left flank. The cross comes in, not beaten by the first man.
Passage.
Perseverance from Basic, wanting to keep the move alive. Edge of the area for Juventus. Alice inside the box. Back towards Basic, had to slide to try and keep possession. Dennett able to roll to a teammate for a clearance. They're happy to get it cleared. The space was getting rather confined. So if you are only joining us on the on-flow stream of this round 15 clash between Eltham Redbacks and Brunswick Juventus, it is the visitors who lead by a goal to nil, courtesy of their number 8, Billy Romas, who finished up after 2 shots were saved from Nick Feely inside the area. Many runners in the attack, and Romas, it fell to him at the right time, and he was there to score and thump it well and truly beyond the keeper for a 1-0 lead. Basic. Sliding was Lovic. Brasolin on the tarmac. Play resumes. Nikolic's cross, near post. Sahavdic never finding possession.
That final ball just doesn't beat the first man.
Falla.
Another avenue here.
Castellio. Dom Falla. All 22 players, or 21 players I should say, by the goalkeeper in Nick Feely, currently sitting inside Brunswick Juventus' attacking half. Nikolic wanting to unlock Lovic, unable to do so. Abdul Karim Kok has a goal kick to take, but nonetheless, the Redbacks, Joe, they're starting to now sit deeper and deeper. It's inviting Brunswick Juventus to play the ball.
Of course, and you would do also if they're good enough. You're going to have to play around quite a few numbers, so it's their prerogative to do that. They've got their goal, and they can exploit the same situation again. So it's up to Brunswick Juventus to find another way round.
In terms of the weather forecast here in Falkland, the rain is scheduled to start in 27 minutes, according to the weather app. Intriguing to see what implications that might have on proceedings. Slide goes in vain from Lovic, and now there's options forward for the Redbacks. Romas has wide support. The cross comes in with real intent. Usar was in the area. Ball cleared by Castellio. Alice wins possession. Exchanging flanks. Pullen. Rolled back by Sahavdic. Ellis now on the left flank trying to get some things moving. He's appeared to have swapped with, dare I say, Pullen, although there might be a reshuffle in shape.
They're both out to the left-hand side. Obviously, Sean's got free rein here to do what he pleases when he pleases. He's got enough experience to decide when. Just haven't been as fluent as we can be.
Diamond with an oversized challenge. It was a sliding tackle. Nothing
Just
doing
space
to the
out to the
official.
side if they can get Exidius on the ball.
Space will open up, and Exidius is making a darting run from fullback. He's been spotted by Lovic. He gets it back. Fala, the Redbacks, very quick to tuck in
Everyone
defensively.
behind the ball.
That's all they want to do. They've got their 1-goal lead. Alice, Lovic. It's simply imperative the movement off the ball here from Juventus. If they can make the right run at the right time, they will unlock this Redback defence. Lovic. Zidius. Castellio has a glance. Fala.
No press forthcoming.
It's all about the pass and move game now. They went direct. Alice trying to go right through both the centre-backs in Diamond and Sadler. He's passed for
Passing the ball around the back in order to make some space and see if we can draw out some of the Redback defenders, but wasn't to be.
It is promising, though, however, Joe, that when the Redbacks are to sit off, Fala, when he's in possession, everybody around him tends to make a passing option, and from that, you are seeing foundations of Brunswick Juventus being able to pass their way through and potentially infiltrate that of Abdul Kiram Cox's goal.
Just believe we can do it a little bit quicker than we have been.
Ball speed was certainly being echoed from the coaching staff prior to kick-off. It was a deafening tone heard. I could hear it all the way up here from the gantry. I'll make that commentary position where it was imperative for the ball to move quickly, and right now it's not moving slow from a Juventus standpoint, but not quick enough to find an equaliser. Long ball inside the box. It was Simioi looking and searching, although Abdul Karim Cox able to claim. The captain thumps it long. Head of the way by Castellio. Paulin. Fala. Pass was blocked. It was poised for Ellis, who was making an incisive run on his right flank, which he's become very accustomed with. Simioi. Zidius finding a new lease on life, almost as a right flanker. The fullback, he's advanced, similar to how Nikolic might have on the left flank. So you're seeing an aggressive approach from the hosts. They trail by a 1-0.
Just needing to stretch the ground a little bit. Try to create a gap in the middle for some ball to find its target.
Castellio for Nikolic. Fala. Simioi. Zidius also trying to make some movements off the ball. It was Basic who couldn't get a flick on, and there might be a move opening up here for the Redbacks. Wolstenholme
Castello doesn't really want to be the one to go
goes
for pace.
towards Day.
We get numbers behind it now.
The reverse option was the pass inside the box. Yusal lurking ominously. Brunswick Juventus, who's Zidius able to work things out for the meantime. Ellis from Sahavdic, who's made some movements off the ball. Zidius was advancing. The Redbacks happy to clear, not as far as Ellis. Controls off his chest, big slide from Romas. Plays still with the hosts. Lovic. Sahavdic getting more and more on the ball. Zidius, lots of purchase on the cross. It was Nikolic who won the header. Edge of the area. Lovic. Paulin can cross.
Just hesitated, went past him.
Towards the byline. Paulin gets around Brasolin. Low cross for Ellis, blocked and cleared by Dennett. The ante really upping at the minute. Brunswick Juventus want an equaliser, and they want it quickly. Fala. Nikolic crosses in. Alice with the flick on header, which will go wide. Well, considering his recent form with efforts off his head, Sean Ellis thought, I might as well try my luck, as he was found by his teammate of Nikolic from fullback.
Something needs to give, Adam. the longer we pursue this, the better it'll be with any luck. But Eltham doing quite well, coping with it, getting numbers behind the ball when it suits and ready to spring forward.
They certainly made the most of their chance at the other end. Got full use out of what was one of their, dare I say, third or fourth attacking scenario. They were able to be clinical. Edwards, nearly. Lofting was Diamond to head away. Pullen in a wide area. Deflection. Oh, it was very awkward for Abdul Karim Koch.
Reflex save by Koch there.
Not to mind you that in the midst of all this, Nuh Sahavdic has remained lane. He's gotten up, but he was not an option in that attack. As a strike from distance, you might as well try your luck, and that's what they're looking to do through Basic.
Something different from Basic. I believe you're right. A little bit of change of format. Nice reflex save by Abdul Karim there, just to make sure that went nowhere. As we look like we're stumbling to find a ball. There we go. In no rush, I'd imagine, the Redbacks. Lovely to get to half-time.
Well,
Referee says, let's get on with it.
38 odd minutes since the 7 p.m. kickoff. Scores at Kevin Bartlett Reserve still remain the same. FC Melbourne Serbia 0, Lang Warren Soccer Club 0. That match is in the 66th minute. Diamond. Cut out by Falla, who skips around Day, who was providing some pressure off the ball. Falla. Lovic. Castellio. Another passing move imminent from Brunswick Juventus. Simeoi. Pullen. Lovic. Falla. Sean Ellis. Trying to draw out a couple of red shirts. Lovic.
Not moving, quite happy to sit in two banks there.
Really tucking in the gloves are the Redbacks. Got lots of players compacting the ball. Juventus moving it from left to right, trying to unlock them. And away they go towards the byline. A crossing chance might come here. Ellis was inside the area. The cross arriving from Basic. Well, the flag has gone up to indicate offside.
Didn't pick that one up, but we're not at the right angle to see anything, Adam. A couple of boys asking the question there, but obviously enough for the linesman.
So Basic, even when he's had the chance to, Joe, he's certainly advanced the number 10. He's almost a free-form playmaker inside the attacking third. He doesn't exactly remain a traditional number 10. He wants to drift into space.
He does, and he likes the left-hand side there on a lot of occasions.
As here he is, drifting well and truly towards the managerial touchline. The aforementioned Basic. I don't think I've seen Dom Falla stop yet off the ball. He keeps running. He's in possession now, found by Simeoi. Falla. Oh, brilliant pass on the switch.
Inch perfect.
Cross comes in for Sean Ellis.
Oh, Sahavdic. Disappointed with himself. There was a chance. Seen the big fella finish those off many a time, but he'd be disappointed with that. A great ball to get proceedings going by Dom Falla. An equally good ball into the box by Nikolic there.
There was a smashing ball from Dom Falla. Well weighted, well telegraphed. And it's given the Brunswick Juventus home supporters something to sing about. As the referee indicated to throw in for the Redbacks, they've made full use of every opportunity tonight, the side in red. You have to give them credit for it. They've been able to gain so much territory from throw-in situations. O'Connell indicates with his finger to go down the line. Day. Now Dennis. Brought down,
well
nothing
tackled.
doing. And away goes the counterpart number, Simioi, who's advancing. Diamonds.
Yep, free kick to Mickey Simioi there.
Oh, and in the book went that of the number 17 in Marcus Day. So first card and first blemish will go in favour of the Eltham Redbacks. Their attacker Marcus Day, who's leading the line tonight, into the book. For the first yellow card to occur just before that of half-time. Alison Falla will converse about how to take this free kick. In fact, Sean Ellis has told Tom Falla, leave this to me. Lots of options advancing inside the box. Castellio was moving off the ball. Alice lofting it.
Oh, he's dropped it.
Spilt by the keeper. That might have been a push, you know.
Yes. Two hands to the
The
back there.
captain spares his blemishes for now.
Yeah. Not quite sure the ref saw too much of that.
Castellio, his cross, he was slipping as he'd sent it in. And Day was off to the races if he was found.
No.
Simioi will go into the book.
We're just a little bit shell-shocked with that. We thought may have been a free kick.
And the keeper has gone down. Abdul Kiram Kok. Well, he was involved for all the wrong reasons only moments ago, where Sean Ellis's free kick from inside the offensive half of the semicircle had sent it well and truly towards the top right corner of the 6-yard box. The keeper had spilt his initial catch, which then prompted a reaction. I'm not sure a legal one, in all transparency.
We're in a good position to see that too, so a little bit disappointing. Just taking the heat out of the moment, I'd say, the keeper. Experienced campaigner. Possession will count for little in games like this. Scoreboard pressure is the only thing that matters.
And well, it's up to your imagination, wherever you may be watching, as to what might have happened there. And of course, there is no virtual assistant referee to assist with any decisions being made, but nonetheless, Brunswick Juventus have continued to ask questions, and the understudy goalkeeper for the Redbacks has begun to warm up. That, of course, is Andrei Stefanovski. So there might be a keeper change, considering that...
Not quite sure which way to read that, Adam. I think he'll be okay to play. I really do think that he may have been at fault there for a free kick that was unseen by the referee, who were all mic'd up, by the way, so the linesman obviously didn't see that. And looking at his watch, there'll be an extra couple of minutes play, I'd say.
So for the earlier foul, conceded by that of the home side, the visitors, through their keeper, who's back up on his feet, and captain Abdul Kiram Kok. He looked towards the channel, the man in blue. We'll keep an eye on him, considering he was remaining lane on the playing surface for some time, as
Bit of frustration there by Sahavdic. A little bit unnecessary.
Considering how Brunswick Juventus have been culprits of the visiting Eltham Redbacks making full use of their opportunities, now would be a calamitous time from the home side's perspective to have anything conceded. Sean Ellis using his experience and maybe his shenanigans, if you will,
I think
to kick the ball further forward.
Luka Lovic needs to back away, focus on defending at this stage. Goes back now, the big man.
Liam O'Connell to take the free kick, the left footer. from his natural left-back position. Has a look, a long searching diag ball towards the box. Not dealt with yet by Juventus. Cries for handball occur. Play resumes. In fact, no, it doesn't. It's been called back. The shot was dispatched
Bit of tension
by
in
Romas, but there is some tension brewing. The Redbacks cheering for handball. There was not one but two protests. It was an awkward cross in. It was well sent from O'Connell.
there. Lovich on the bottom of all that. Got the toe poke away initially. Might have got his foot stamped on at some stage.
Oh, there were 4 Juventus shirts there to deal with the ball. I'm not sure if any of them perhaps communicated, because it looked from our position as if they were all depending on each other to get to the ball, and in doing so, it came towards them and nothing had happened.
A little bit of a hash.
Fala in a full-back position right now. Will loft it over the top, so Havdic controlling with his chest. It's no advantage. Sadler cleared it forward. Day, lovely technicality to roll it along the deck. Yusal has 2 shirts to get around the number 19. Central ball, Romas. Castellio and Romas go for a tango. Even duel for the meantime on that individual battle front.
That's the second time there for Lovich, spending a little bit of time on the floor, which is unusual for the big man. As the Irishman just rolls around in a little bit of pain.
Well, Nick Feely will help his teammate up. Lovich gingerly at the minute will have possession. Brunswick Juventus wanted to use it quickly. Dare I say, we've certainly hit additional time. We might have missed the board going up, but there, well, the gate separating the fans from going from side to side here at CB Smith Reserve has been closed to indicate that halftime's not too far away. O'Connell, Diamond had to clear, goes up and high. Day flicks it on. Usal keeps it alive. The Redbacks running at pace. I don't have many inside the box here. Usal. It's well defended in the end by Brunswick Juventus. And that will be the first half of football complete. The round 15 clash between Brunswick Juventus and Eltham Redbacks has reached half-time in the heart of
Didn't go
Fortnum.
according to plan, Adam.
And
But,
that was my next
45
question.
minutes, 45 minutes to make it up.
That was my question for you, Joe Salah, from the broadcast position.
They may need to change some of the style of going forward. There's a little bit of byplay here too as both teams walk off. I told you there was a little bit of unceremonial stuff from the first round. Redbacks high-fiving at the moment.
They might feel pretty galvanised by what they've exhibited in the opening 45 minutes. It was a fine finish from Billy Romas, considering what was an equally as impressive double save from a returning Nick Feely.
Just reading a little bit of bodily language here.
A chat here.
Both teams coming off in groups together. A lot of work, a bit more work to be done by the Zebras yet. But Eltham quite pleased with themselves.
As they should be, considering they did not have much run of the play in that half. Yet as we cross the half-time, it is the Redbacks who lead 1-0 against Brunswick Juventus. After a lengthy half-time break, we're about to get up and away again. At CB Smith Reserve, it's all to play for from a Brunswick Juventus standpoint. The hosts trail by a goal to nil, courtesy of Billy Romas for the Eltham Redbacks, who struck following a goal scramble just over halfway played in that first half. My name's Adam Palombi. Joe Salah is the analyst for this evening, and well, we have been dissecting the game in passages, but Joe, as it currently stands, Brunswick Juventus won't be in third place if the result remains as it currently does.
Yeah, a little bit of work to do for the black and white. Eltham may be pretty happy with their outcome, and indeed their output. They've been quite solid defensively and also been quite dangerous going forward. But balance of play, I'd suggest that the Zebras have had more of it. It's just that the end product's not been there so far.
No substitutions to speak of following the half-time break as the Redbacks get the ball moving quickly. The rain had started to pour, the floodlights capturing all the drizzle. It's not a heavy rain, but it's certainly enough to have its, well, say on what's to happen down at ground level.
Here's one of those long throws that we've been speaking about. He goes short this time.
Brasolan, quite the distributor, with the ball at his foot, crosses towards the back posts.
Bit concerned there. I thought Feely was coming, then he hesitated and didn't go. As a result, it's an Eltham corner.
I must say I'm very impressed by the fullback for the Redbacks, Brasolan. He hasn't had much of the ball tonight, but when he's had it, Joe, he's been very damaging from a defensive position in, not to coin it, but almost as a quarterback, the fullback just sending always an aggressive pass forward.
He's a very, very good junior also, and played a bit of senior football at Bulleen also. He's a very good player for a long time now, Dylan.
Cross comes into the near post. The header had arrived. It was offline from Sadler. No, the cross from O'Connell certainly delivered with some venom. In fact, that was Edwards rather with the cross. So Redbacks had the kick-off. They also had a corner only moments after. Play was to resume in the second half. Brunswick Juventus now with possession in the defensive half.
They'd be looking to get the second goal and put a whole heap of pressure on the Zebras, but from our point of view, we need to get back in the game.
Simeoy going long. Brasolan heads away. Edwards chases to keep the ball in play. Brunswick Juventus looking to lock things inside their attacking third.
Basic.
It's done well. Basic,
left
number
and
10.
right.
Wants to go around Brasolan, and that will be a corner for the hosts. It's well done. Never gave up, did he, Basic?
No, he doesn't usually. The ball stays pretty close to his feet while he's twisting and turning. It's a style of play that's reaped some rewards in the past, and corner comes out of this one. See what comes of it.
Cross comes in. Oh, it was an inviting chance. It was
got under it.
Really
Lovage.
there to be had.
He got under it, but it was there.
Ellis has the move kept alive. It was really an opportunity. It was such an inviting ball. The header opportunity just skimming the forehead. Grounded cross, never beating the first man. Day, who's on a yellow card, has to be careful. Went the acrobatic to get the ball distributed, however. We'll go back in favour of the Juventus.
A bit more directness about the Zebras this first few minutes. I think the gaffer's words might have been a little bit scathing.
Well, as we were enjoying a prawn cocktail at half-time, the message was being heard all the way up in the VIP lounge here at CB Smith. It was a pretty, I wouldn't say thrashing chat from the manager, but his message certainly being heard by his players. As a 3 against 3, make that a 3 against 4 counter might start for the Redbacks. Edwards, Day has the chance which fell towards him. Wet conditions, and you're already sensing the danger Nat possesses. So Redbacks will have a corner, but how devilish was the ball bouncing inside the area before being shot?
Bit fortuitous there for the black and white. Sidious took his time to get up, and indeed limping back to defensive duties now. Didn't quite see the incident, but a bit of finger pointing to no avail. Need to defend this one, Adam.
Edwards behind the cross from the corner. What can he conjure up? Lots of whip on the delivery towards the keeper, and it was well done by Feely to punch away. He's been up to each task tonight, has Nick Feely. You mentioned he was only returning recently.
which is his first game back from injury, been out for a few weeks. He's trained okay. Might have taken a little bit of a tumble backwards there with that punch out, but looks like he's getting to his feet now. So deputising has been Liam Price, who's done a good job between the sticks. And the youngster would have cherished his few games this so far.
Ellis, it's a heavy touch and a turnover. And Day has a few shifts to get around. He's got the cavalry arriving. Cross will take a mean ricochet off a Brunswick Juventus shirt. Judging who that is from this angle, it might just be Simeoi. In fact, it is.
Skipper. He's worn one there.
He did wear one. It's very awkward in how he was moving after being obstructed by the ball.
Bit of orchestrated pressure here from the Redbacks. They know that the second goal could be the coup de grace that they're looking for. Zebras just need to be resilient.
Edwards has the crossing opportunity. It's another corner in the early stages of the second half for the visitors. Edwards with height on the cross, head of the way by Zidius.
In the wars, Zidius again, hot clutching his back.
Brasolin off his left boot, looking for somebody inside the 18-yard box. Headers the way to unlock Pullen. Centrally, coming across to deal with the ball nicely was Sadler. Romas, edge of the area, rolls it to his left. Edwards can cross. He wants to go around his man. In fact, Edwards was in the box. It was Usal trying to get busy.
Looks like the rain settled in, Adam.
This game's opening up. The rain coming down. It's true winter football on display in the heart of Faulkner. It's a nice turn from Basic. And away goes the number 10, as a classic 10 would. Shifts it wide for Sean Ellis. Back post unmarked. On his own was Lovich. He's been found by Ellis. Chance for Brunswick Juventus, although the flag to indicate offside had been risen by the assistant referee.
I don't know, he can say it didn't come early enough, but he's got to look across the line there, Lukalovich. Can't afford to be attracted by the lights and just drift.
He
was ruining the opportunity.
I could notice him in the corner of my eye. Off the ball, he'd made a remarkable run to get into the space. He was all on his own. So there was perhaps an acknowledgement of his intrigue to be in the right place at the right time, but in doing so, couldn't keep his bearings and couldn't remain onside. As Day tried to get tricky, Edwards, short passing game for Ramas, not working. Pullen, Fala, lunging to try and get the ball, was Basic. Ellis will bounce
just
out of
a
play
fraction
for Pullen.
overhit, but the idea was there. It was quick ball movement. It'll be one of the ways we try to catch Eltham on the break here. Bit of their style of play, rather than possession football, which we've tried to do in the first half.
Big trademark throw occurring down the line from Dennett, who barely had to move to take his second attempt at it. Going right out of play and back in it goes. Dennett down the line. It was Nikolic. It was first to the ball, which presented itself in front of him. Brasolin wanting Edwards to latch on. Simeoi and Edwards in a tussle.
He's standing over the skipper there as some sort of crusade.
Wasn't happy, Edwards. Simeoi not getting sucked into any potential aggressive nature in this game. The captain remaining cool. Castellio. Some incisive runs occurring over the top from Brunswick Juventus. There was many on that attacking chance that were looking to go over the top. Zidius had made a full-backing run, an overlapping run from fullback. Alice in support. Sahavdic and a box-breaking run from Basic, although never found.
Up and under from Koch. Out it goes.
Nikolic. Brasolin heads it out of play. We'll have another throw-in on the broadcast wing. Brunswick Juventus kicking to the Mirabella end, if you will, of CB Smith. The end of only had the one goal from so far tonight. Romas with the deft touch. Simioi has to get there first and does. Back to Feely between the sticks. Castellio. Zidius. Simioi. And much to what we've seen in the first half from Dom Fella, has not stopped moving when not in possession. Always there to provide an option.
Disappointed with that Simioi. Luckily, he gets it back again. Castello gives it on to Fella.
There's that movement again from Dom Fella. Unable to find Sean Ellis. Two players who have been around the traps together in, well, different colours, but nonetheless have a good understanding of each other. So here's Fella again. Makes it look so seamless off the half volley. Allows Nikolic to go on a journey. Inside centrally, Lovic. Fella. Basic lost his footing, got up in time. Looking to go right through the middle. Brunswick Juventus.
That's the movement. That's where we need to be a bit sharper, a bit quicker. And we retreated again.
With the rain coming down, it would make ball speed an issue. As Nikolic will drift inside. Edwards off the ball. Not relenting. Basic inside the box. Went on a journey. Pullen has the ball stuck at his feet. Brasolin has Edwards on for a short pass.
Just ran out of petrol, Pullen for a second.
Romas had possession, lost it. Falla will recycle a move. On Flow Media providing coverage of the VPL 1 competition. Alex Sivkarovsky and the troops giving a second tier of Victorian football a platform. As a havoc clearance, that's going to remain in play. My word, that was very unconventional. It was Dennett who sent the ball up, and in the swirl, it came right back towards him.
So far, every ball after that's been in the air as well.
I've never seen anything like that. Hey, Joe Sala, I cannot believe he's gone to clear that, and it looked as if it was going to head into the wilderness, or the second pitch rather, which is all dark with no lights on it right now at CB Smith. Bounced right back towards Dennett, who had that initial clearance. Play resumes with Brunswick Juventus. The cross.
Just a bit overhit there. Hasn't got his radar on tonight, Lovic. Just a little bit overhit. And now 2 footballs onto the pitch, just what we don't need.
I think the match commissioner, who's got the official beer bomb, was trying to do his bit to provide assistance, and in doing so, only slow proceedings down further. Time not a commodity yet, but given the way Eltham want to close out the match, they wouldn't really be in any rush to have the ball in play for lengthy periods and take the stoppages where they can from throw-ins and goal kicks. Speaking of keepers, it finds its way back to Feely. Castellio, Zidius. Castellio for Simioi. That's a very familiar name in this part of town. Nikolic. Traded possession with Lovic. Went down the line for Pullen.
Asked a lot of him there, and the ball's just skew-whiffed away. Just a fraction more direct going forward at the moment. Still started by Dominic Fella. Basic has had his moments trying to guide the ball inside, but yet that final ball hasn't materialised so far for the Zebras. So Eltham get it in with a long throw again.
Romas was underneath everything. His sliding tackle from Falla not applied. Juventus throw in, no it won't be. Dom Falla is not happy with the assistant. On broadcast side, he completely ignored Edwards, who tonight is almost looking for a scrap, the number 7. He's wanting to be involved. Dennett's throw goes down the line.
Feisty competitive character.
And here was Edwards. Couldn't control possession. Very thick rain at the moment. You've got a decent glimpse of all the players now from our position, and their hair looks as if they've gone for a swim. Lovic has the composure, goes back to his keeper, Feely.
Looked to spread it, cast yellow. Eltham happy to retreat.
Sitting off the ball, still are the Redbacks, having scored first. They've been doing much of that since going in front. Oh, nearly inside. It was Basic.
Just outnumbered there eventually.
Carvery arriving from the Redbacks. Edwards. Brasolin. Line cutting pass. Wolstenholme rather. Had possession. Gave it to Sadler. Over the top.
Feely comes.
Day will chase, but the flag will go up for offside. He was certainly wanting to break the lines in behind. The number 17 leading the line.
This rain looks like it's settled in for the evening as well, Adam.
Just hope the sunroof was not left tilted in the automobile that got us here tonight, because that would be rather comical if it had.
Let's hope not.
Oh, it's happened before, hasn't it, College? Simioy. Falla went the first time pass. It has the shape. The flag will go up.
Didn't quite see that.
So Havdic was offside. It looked as if Falla was trying to play some...
That's the type of ball I'm
Ellis.
thinking that needs to happen. That's the type of ball that Havdic can thrive on, but obviously needs to be aware of his positioning. Didn't quite look quick enough there to see whether it was adjudicated offside, but obviously it was.
Ellis was making a run in behind. That's where I'd assume Falla was trying to have the ball glide towards. So Havdic has been a little bit quiet in this second half's early proceedings. Castellio sending it long. Diamond cuts it off. Castellio's header. Falla flicks it behind. In fact, it was a flick on header from Simio for Falla. Brasolin hasn't put a foot wrong tonight, as Falla has gotten rather frustrated.
Yeah,
and it was shown in that foul.
A little bit of a fend off there, and referees spotted that. And certainly keen to make a difference, Falla, tonight, but just need to be a little bit more up forward as Eltham grabbed there. Another corner.
Edwards has been taking them here at the corner. It deflected last off of Nikolic.
These are probably the worst conditions to defend a corner in. A little slip, but a slide, a brush. Need to be concentrating here.
So Brasolin to take. It's been damaging when in possession. He's got a dead ball to use now, the fullback. Brasolin takes a high ball. It's going to sit up in the wind towards the near post. It looked initially as if it was going towards the back.
Just given another corner. The Zebras players a bit bemused here. They all thought it came off the Redback players.
This is not doing them any favours at the moment, though, Brunswick Juventus. They can't take their frustrations out on the officials. They need to regain some bearings. They're not out of this game yet by any means, but Eltham, the side in front by a goal, are looking for a second. Another corner from Brasolin. Sits up in the swell for Feely.
A bit more of a loopy one there, maybe held up by the wind a little bit.
It's certainly become a real factor.
Ooh, as we turn it over again.
Big slide. And that frustration is still being echoed. And this time it's arriving from Lovic. They have not been happy customers in this second half. And as the game matures, their frustration's only getting more and more visible.
Yeah, I can feel it from here. Can't do anything about it from here, but I'm sure they'd be actively trying to work out how to displace themselves from this position.
O'Connell on set-piece duties. The Redbacks getting a nice accumulation of opportunities to set up free kick plays. O'Connell, long ball, nobody home. Fairly comfortable. Former Oakley Cannon, if I'm not mistaken.
He is. Championship winner down there. And a long-time servant.
Alice, another NPL Victoria men's champion. Well, precise with his movements. Nikolic chasing off the ball was Wolstenholme. Cross comes in, although that's comfortable. for the keeper. And Abdul Karim Kok able to claim with no real duress.
I know he wanted to get his bearings there, but the early ball in this Sahavdic is probably the better one. Once you drift a little bit closer to the keeper, it doesn't quite work.
The college. Bit of a shirt pull from Edwards. Play resumes. Keeping his feet was Basic, although Nikolic.
As the wet ball takes its toll and slips off the foot. Eltham in no rush to take this.
It's brewing to be quite the storm in favour of the side leading by a goal to nil. Wet weather subduing that of Brunswick Juventus's quick ball movement and tempo, which we'd seen from them to start the match tonight. They had the Redbacks on the back foot, although that goal conceded against the run of play has teed up the state of affairs, now combated by the rain, to have all systems and all the match's ascendancy leading in favour of tonight's visitors. Musal not able to turn. Ellis going long. So
They get numbers to the ball.
Keeps the move alive.
No one running late.
Cross comes in. It was Pullen who was pulled down. Not to be a foul. He had lost his foot in. He was the only arriving runner centrally. Simioi will have it roll out of play.
Sense of urgency now for the Zebras.
Castellio. Alice. That will be a foul. Has there been a restructure of shape? Well, there will be a substitution forthcoming for the side leading by a goal to nil. Eltham make a change, and
25 going off.
Basolet heading off. And in all honesty, I'd put him as one of the more higher rated players in this match, considering he's been very clean in possession. Hasn't really put a foot wrong, but Josh Miller will take his position at right back.
Maybe fresh legs, maybe a slight injury.
Shift complete. He's rather taller. There's the new number 3 that's come on. A bit of a wrestle inside the box.
Oh, no one at the second ball there for the Zebras. They'd be disappointed with that.
And counter now start. Day in support.
Oh, this.
And there's so much frustration. We can't really steer away from it. That's been the narrative in this second half, and it's only seemed to have matured and mould. It hasn't gone away. From a white and black stripe perspective, they're seeing red. And although the cards haven't been issued yet by the official,
yeah, the referee there,
ill-disciplined, but they've certainly, I'm sure they would have had a pretty stern talking to at half-time, but the messaging from that has been to play with real aggression.
something needs to change. We had enough of ball possession in the first half, but weren't able to make anything of it. I'm sure effort is something that they wouldn't have to bring up, but that's what's needed to start with. Then a bit of calmness in the heat of battle.
Sadler sends the ball long. Nikolic heads it away momentarily. Out of play. Eltham's throw in. Attacking third. We will have confirmation on the match at Kevin Bartlett Reserve. It was 0-0 when we provided that previous score update. And it was in the 94th minute when we last saw what was happening. So no late drama. 0-0 draw between FC Melbourne Serbia and Lang Warren Soccer Club. 0-0. That contest, in fact, that would be the case. We look elsewhere, and well, so far in this round, it was Brunswick City who beat Manningham 3-1 at home. An impressive win. Last night, North Geelong beat North Sunshine 3-0 today. We've got Western United and Northcote tomorrow, FC Bulleen and Port Melbourne, and Melbourne Victory and Melbourne Knights to play out on Monday, both 8:30 kickoffs, mind you, for Monday Night Football in the Victorian Premier League 1. Sent inside the area. Oh. It was Romas who got the last touch.
Philly was there. I think he had it covered. The ball didn't actually make proper connection. We look to get started again.
Ellis. Sahavdic advancing forward. Losing possession was Lovic. There might be a turnover in play. In fact, there was. Edwards. Oh, the flick on. Nearly for Dane behind. Lots of space opening up at the left side of Nick Feely's goal. Never found, but in an acre of space was Usal all by himself. Falla made it difficult for Basic. Falla gets it back. First involvement for Josh Miller off the bench. Centrally, Simeo advancing. Pullen, central. Gets through all the traffic, and Brunswick Juventus have a chance. Sahavdic out for Alice. Inside the area is Pullen. Brilliant challenge from Dennett to deny a genuine scoring opportunity.
Probably best move of the game, Adam. Bit unlucky there, Pullen. I just think he was on his wrong side. Had it been on the right-hand side, might have a little bit different finish, but nonetheless, we grab a corner out of it. 20 minutes to go, plus time. There's multiple opportunities to be had still.
Dennett with a real important moment in this match's complexion, charging down Pullen, who was there in a prominent position from the corner. Ball had gone out of play before being thrown back in by Basic on the far side.
He's had a great game, Dominic Fella. That was all he's making, winning that ball and starting play again.
Rain has not stopped.
It's like a triple substitution coming up for the Zebras.
It's the chessboard being completely reshuffled at this stage of the match. You might as well. Falla wants to get the ball back. Does not turn his back to acknowledge the referee.
Substitution time now.
And there will be your three changes. So a question mark as to who's coming off. Sean Ellis.
Sean Ellis, James Exidius.
Cup hero in the recent Brunswick Juventus Doherty / Australia Cup match.
And Luka Lovic going off.
In their place,
With Robert Tachenko, Ethan Pisani and Salu Kamara. So defender, midfielder, a couple of defenders actually. Just need to get some run through the middle. Kamara can offer a bit there. Had a good game against Oakley in the first half especially.
so substitutions have been sent into this match, and
You might have
word,
heard that.
I thought that was poised right for my head. It's
That was aimed
literally
at the
inches
commentators.
away.
Aimed at the commentators, that
They
one.
weren't liking what we were saying, and if that hasn't woken us up, Joe, I don't think anything else could.
Need a little bit of spark now from the newcomers.
That's a nice first touch from Kamara. Cross is a good ball towards the back post. Basic, Sahavdic, he was sliding as he took the shot on. Clearance was quickly manufactured by the Redbacks.
Well, it's called offside in any case. Not quite sure who it was. But couldn't have been Basic. I don't know then. The next ball came backwards, so bit of a surprise. But they're quick to close down, Eltham Redbacks. Don't want to give us any sniff at all. A little bit of urgency now as the time becomes a factor. And a little bit of milking of time.
Well, the Eltham Redbacks physio has made a jog onto the pitch. Edwards, remaining lane. It's been the firm competitor tonight, has that of Nicholas Edwards on the right flank. Number 7 in need of some attention. And all the right cards are currently facing the way of the Redbacks. Brunswick Juventus not really able to make quite the rebuttal that they'd
Trying
hoped
to work
for.
out what's happening here at the back as another defender comes on. So Pisani looks like he's gone into the middle. Nikolic is still on the right, but Tachenko is probably going to play in midfield with Castiello moved out to the right. I'm assuming, just by the way they're standing at the moment.
From my lens, it looks as if there's going to be 3 centre-backs 4 midfielders and 3 attackers. So a 3-4-3.
Yep.
Kamara and Fala at the centre of that midfield partnership.
Which will settle into a 5 when we're defending, but I think with Tachenko and Nikolic both have licence to get forward.
Looks as if Pullen has drifted centrally. It's Sahavdic becoming the second striker, so intriguing. There's a playmaker and 2 bags up the top, leading the line. Some width provided by the fullbacks or wingbacks as it currently stands. Dennett's had a decent game, menacing with his long throws. Cross was cut out by Brunswick Juventus inside their box. Kamara.
Beats one, but can't get round the second.
Early involvement again for Josh Miller off the bench. Kamara had his beating on that individual duel. Pisani. Simioi. The bounce is kind for Tachenko, who draws a free kick.
Bit of a battering there, the big man. He's taken a knock, obviously.
He's back up on his feet, but in terms of the size differentiation, you look at Pullen and centre-back Diamond. Pullen has the height advantage, so that might be something that Brunswick Juventus can perhaps acknowledge as the match progresses.
You can't die wondering.
Cross comes in, bounces away from all comers. Edwards, back up on his feet, was being dealt with by his medical staff only moments ago. Appears to be okay. Pisani. 1-2 with Basic. Simioi. Castellio. Heavy press applied by Usal. Castellio, down the line he goes. Tachenko receives possession from Sahavdic. Gets it back, the number 99. Fala dived in, couldn't win the ball. Day, the lone soldier for the Redbacks, is trying to make this a contest right in front of their bench. Goes out to be Brunswick Juventus's ball. That wasn't taken quickly. Tachenko gets it moving. Pisani.
It's Eltham preparing for a change themselves.
Time now a factor. Nearing the completion of the 90. 2/3 of the way through the second half. Simioi, Tachenko, first time pass. Pullen has a chance to cross. It's a low ball that's sent in. Diamond with the clearance. Fala, Tachenko. Cross comes in. Sahavdic arrived. It was cleared by the defender of Sadler, out for a corner. Questions being asked, but there will be a substitution.
Minute.
Many bodies crowding inside the box. There will be a change. With Fletcher Caponecchia about to come on, in fact has come on, and his first duty is to defend a corner.
Time an issue now.
Castellio wrestling at the back post. Trying to get some movement, crowd the keeper, that's the idea. Abdul Karim Koch. There's many bodies around him. The official with a watchful eye. Cross comes in with real intent, nearly an Olympico. The frame of the goal moves.
Another corner.
And although some players are starting to have things bubble,
Displeased there with something.
Abdul Karim
push and
Koch
shove.
saw it late, and Fala is at the forefront of all that little bit of rustle and tussle. Castellio, to his credit, was a competitor. He wasn't exactly doing it in a way where it was ill-advised, but he was certainly using his body to try and create half an opportunity.
It's all about those split moments.
Castellio still doing much of the same at the back post. Diamond trying to snuff at any potential danger that centre-back might have. Sent in towards the mixer. Cleared away.
Nothing doing there.
Westelholm
The
had
two
the clearance.
skippers eyeballing
Ooh,
each other.
into the bench. Nearly. And gone Yasal. He keeps his feet. Pisani. Tachenko lofts it long, pulling. Head of the way by Diamond. Oh, Kaponetcha couldn't keep his feet. Kamara.
Looking for someone to lay it off, has to go back.
Wasn't sure where to go. Fala slips as he plays the ball. Will stay alive. Nikolic has crossed with shape. Chance there still for Brunswick Juventus. So Havdic had the shot charged down.
Been able to clear everything so far, Eltham.
Kamara had to be clean. Earns the foul. Oh.
I feel like a half chance is going to arrive at some stage. It's now or never as we go under 10 minutes to go.
Basic told those around him to get forward. Only Fala remains defensive for Brunswick Juventus. The Redbacks tucking in. Castellio still bullish off the ball. Basic's take inside the area. Lovely cross. And what a moment.
Pisani got his feet all wrong there. The ball came backwards. Looked like a relatively easy tap in from the first glance at it. And the youngster will be ruining that missed opportunity.
I don't think he expected it to fall so perfectly at his feet.
Here he is again, start off play.
Pisani for Kamara. That half chance that might have eluded Brunswick Juventus may have just gone begging.
Free kick.
As it was just Vizalis attempted to win the ball by another substitute in John Prescott that we might have missed. So double change. Marcus Day has had his night complete. Number 17's come off. He was on a yellow card. In his place, John Prescott, the number 9 for Eltham Redbacks, into, well, not the book, but had conceded the foul. Basic, edge of the area, so Havdic not getting there. Fala. Cross comes in, not dealt with it by the Redbacks, head of the way by Diamond. And sent down the channel.
Just handling it a little bit too easily at the moment. Brunswick Juventus still throwing everything they can.
Sadler had the clearance. Brunswick Juventus asking questions. Tachenko, can he latch onto the ball? Cross comes in, the cutback, nobody home. It went across all players inside the box.
Everybody forward of the ball, no one coming in late.
Nikolic, Pisani. Back to Nikolic. Cross towards the back stick. Tachenko arrives. There might be a chance to prod home the ball.
Goes wide.
Was pulling with the final touch. Dom Fala asking questions. It'd be no surprise if Dom Fala was to go into the book tonight for perhaps one too many conversations with the official.
Well, he's obviously saying it in a tone that doesn't warrant any cards, Adam. There is a way to dispute things without getting too exaggerated. And I think Dominic's been around long enough to understand the difference. Pulling the worst for wear.
Cock sends the ball long. Prescott has the fresh legs at the Calvary. Join him in force.
As crude as it seems, that's the type of passage of play that we're going to need, and hopefully something comes off. At the moment, Eltham well versed in sitting back and dealing with everything that comes so far.
Tachenko out of space. So substitutions have their influence on the game. Time valuable. Dennett has a long throwing to take. It's always such a weapon to have in your arsenal. A player that can throw a ball as long as kicking one. And that's what Dennett has been providing tonight for the Redbacks. Insert trademark long throw. Castellio had 2 chances to head away upon the second. Gets it cleared. Tachenko. Fala. He has stumbled a couple of times while distributing the ball, but has found Basic, who takes a nice touch. Shifts inside Basic. Nikolic on the overlap. Oh, it was another prominent move. It was all stemmed from the number 10 of Basic, who taken a great first touch.
Yeah, quite a few half chances here, but nothing troubling Abdul Karim just yet.
Nikolic really snatched at it in all truth. Although backing himself, had the overlap. Supportive run to provide that of Basic on the far side. His effort too comfortable. Kamara, Tachenko, Fala. Drifting inside the area, Simeoi, the centre-back, has become centre-forward. Tachenko, Kamara. Substitutes combined on the right flank. Tachenko still. Kamara, he won't reach it.
No excuse for that. No excuse for that. Just ball watching rather than looking across the line to where you're at. He'll rue that. Want to have it over again.
So Abdul Kiram Kok has a free kick.
Time even more a greater concern now.
There's really not much of it left. The rain has subsided. So that might perhaps lean in favour of any late drama. Really had implicated proceedings while it was not just drizzling but swirling. Some thick, heavy rain. Tachenko, Fala, Sehavdic, Nikolic, Pullen at the back post was making a darting run. Kamara might latch onto this. He does. He's inside the box. Kamara went for a drilling ball towards the near post. Nobody home.
Maybe as the slight cutback might have been better that. 4 minutes plus time.
Fala, Tachenko, Kamara. Back to Fala. Simeoi. Nikolic is their late drama at CB Smith Reserve. The cross comes in. It was watched as it went out of play by Pullen and Tachenko. There was too much on the whip inside the box. And while his chances become more and more important to be taken, Brunswick Juventus haven't really tested the keeper adequately yet. Yes, spent some shots on goal, but in terms of real tests, Abdul Kiram Kok has been pretty comfortable with the saves he's had to make tonight, bar one incident in the first half.
Yep, which looked a little bit doubtful, but he hasn't put a foot wrong since. And he hasn't had to make terribly many saves either, so yeah, it rests with Brunswick Juventus to make the difference.
Pisani, Nikolic, Prescott wins the ball. Caporecchia loses it. Kamara. Tachenko. Back to Kamara. Fala. Basic has lifted. Tachenko. The home fans urging Brunswick Juventus to try their hardest in these last few moments. Pisani. Castillo. Fala involved in the build-up. Basic. Tachenko an option. Bit of a wrestle, and that will be a free kick.
I'll make it a couple of minutes plus time on now.
Could there be something had in these last moments? The Redbacks holding on. They've defended rather routinely.
Strategically played a good game tonight, Redbacks. They'll be well pleased with the effort thus far. Zebras, meanwhile, look, get back on parity.
The result, as it stands, has Eltham Redbacks into third place on the VPL 1 ladder after 15 rounds played. Cross comes in with intent. At the back post, Castellio.
Stays in.
Ball kept in place, sent back inside the box. Not cleared. Chance might be on it. Simeoi went down.
Nothing doing, says the ref.
Might have slipped as he tried to take the shot on. There wasn't an awful lot of contact. Fala for Kamara. Really had to get behind that header, Dom Fala. Sends it wide.
Got to go into the mix. The big fellas need to be there. We're not having much luck with the ball on the floor.
Snatched at by Tachenko, that crossing opportunity. Still alive for Brunswick Juventus. Tachenko has another opportunity to rectify the previous. Cross comes in.
Bread and butter for Sadler.
Sadler. He's had a pretty routine performance tonight, the centre-back.
Yeah.
A look towards the fourth official stopwatch. by the main official. Maybe one last roll of the dice. It's sent in. The keeper's nowhere to be seen. And Brunswick Juventus somehow have saved themselves and scored late. Was it Pullen? There was many bodies inside the box. Pullen's the one celebrating. It was awkward goalkeeping. And Abdul Kiram Koch, who had been playing rather routinely following a mistake in the first half which could have led to a goal, has cost one for his side late in the ledger. It's 1 goal apiece.
Goal Brunswick Juventus, goal scorer number 15, Luca Pullen. Brunswick Juventus 1, Eltham Redbacks 1.
And that might just be the last kick of the game. Well, Pullen was celebrating. I cannot confirm if he was the goal scorer. There was a lot to unpack in that play. The half moment does arrive, and the Redbacks, well, they're inside the box at the other end. 5 additional minutes of added time. No shot, the call from the fans. It's still there for them. Big slide from Castellino.
They've changed their tune a little bit now as the 90 minutes is up. I haven't seen the board go up, Miss Alex. But Adam, haven't seen the board go up yet. Don't know whether you noticed it or not.
It was 5 minutes of additional time.
Ooh.
Well, I would have thought that the match was nearly finished. There's still plenty to be had. Cross comes in for the Redbacks. At the back post, Kamara heads it away. Is there more late drama to be had? Oh, O'Connell with some finesse, testing the top left corner, and Nick Feely
I actually thought that was
has to palm
going
it
out.
away.
It was actually curling back in.
I think O'Connell thought the same, judging by how he reacted. The Redbacks were leading for nearly an hour. It was Pullen who clawed one back for Brunswick Juventus following a goalkeeping mistake. Another corner sent in. Feely was impeded. And the official had a firm eye on the keeper.
They're paying more attention to that crowding of the keeper scenario here at the moment. This year, the referees, Castello, got to make up his mind, go forward.
Sends it long, Castello rather.
Hands in the back there, nothing doing, says the referee.
There could be a last moment opportunity, or late moment I should say, from the Redbacks. That's what
Got to keep
Romas
doing
thought he
what
might
we've
have
done
had.
before.
Tachenko takes the game on. Pullen wasn't sure what to do with his running movements off the ball. Kamara, Sahavdic,
Got to keep doing what we did before.
Nikolic, Basic, can he get the cross in? Fight him with pace.
Just doesn't
Cleared
go right.
by Diamond. Falla lofts it long. Tachenko couldn't steer the header towards a teammate inside the box. The Redbacks will now have their turn to rebuke. Will they settle for a point or try go for all three? That's the
I think
question.
the Redbacks have already changed their mind. They've gone. You can see them burst forward there. They realise that they've dropped a couple of points there, but I believe if we keep playing the same way, there'll be a little bit more gaps than there was in the first
And there has been a substitution. Nikolic has come off in his place.
attacking move. Samuel Dway.
Tramontana.
But Samuel Dway's also made an entrance for Basic, I think it is.
So all substitutions exercised by Brunswick Juventus. They've got some fresh legs to run out the match.
Opportunity for young West Australian to make a difference in the game.
Throw in taken quickly. No time to waste. That's going to stay in play. That's going to find.
Tramontana.
And he's lashed onto it. He's got the fresh legs, Tramontana. Needs support. Long ball for Pullen. Well defended by Diamond. He's had a decent game tonight. Clearance under duress. DeWare pressing hard off the ball. Pisani
I thought it was going out, but
won't let it roll out. Feely, they'd have to go for it here. There's no other choice. Castello shifts inside his man. Tachenko. Kamara has made a run forward. He might latch onto this Kamara.
gee, that ball skids. Takes 15 metres on a skid. Too close to the keeper.
Abdul Kiram Cock went long. Tramontana heads it up and high. Ball to be won. Sahavdic trying his best. The Redbacks trying to break forward. Referee says nothing doing. Simeoi, Castellio.
Got to go the same way. Got to get it up there.
Feely.
It's worked before. It can work again.
What can we witness here? Pisani. Sahavdic told to go. Tramontana down the line. Ignored by Sahavdic. Acknowledged now by the number 99. Tramontana. Kamara. Dominic Falla.
Still motoring along, fella.
Has the stamina when
Got to
he's
get
fully
it in
fit.
there.
Pisani.
There's some space out to the right.
Simeoi. It would have to be in this play. Kamara. The Redbacks trying to close the show. The official has continued to glance at his watch. We are in additional of the red time. Tachenko. Will they get a corner? Pullen couldn't latch on. Falla with a vital interception. Tachenko.
Oh,
And it goes in favour of the Redbacks.
misses the first one, gets the second one in the wrong direction, but nonetheless.
Judging by the way the official was looking at his watch, you'd assume he's going to sound for full time. So the final play will be had with the Redbacks, you'd assume now.
Prescott looking about 10 metres offside at the moment.
Taken quickly. Tachenko gets possession for Brunswick Juventus. There's options and representation further forward. The cross comes in, not dealt with. Oh my word, it's gone in!
Savchenko.
Sahavdic has struck truly with the final kick of the game for Brunswick Juventus to not just come into this match and salvage a point. They've taken all three on offer with what could be the last kick of the game.
Goal scorer, number 99, Sue Sahavdic. Brunswick Juventus 2, Eltham Redbacks 1.
There couldn't be a greater time to score if you asked for one. For an hour, Brunswick Juventus had trailed. And with what could be the final kick of the game, they've gone and won it. And Sahavdic, what a volley. Joe Suller, incredible.
Struck it 100%. He's capable, the big man. Proved it again tonight. Just need to see out the time now. On the ropes for a long, long time, Adam. But never give up, as they say. Fino alla fine. That's the black and white way. If it sounds like I'm getting a little bit excited, it's true, but I make no apologies.
The Redback management staff could not believe that they'd given up possession so cheaply. And listen to the roar at CB Smith Reserve. Brunswick Juventus celebrate. They rejoice. A very gutsy performance that they've won.
Eltham 1.
It was a gutsy turnaround from Brunswick Juventus. They had trailed for an hour in that match. Sahavdic with what was the last kick of the game, mind you, there to win it for them.
You're always welcome back, Adam, by the way. You're always welcome back.
Well, it was a pleasure to be here. Joe Saylor, really appreciate the opportunity with On-Flow Media to provide broadcast coverage. But let's think back to the last time I was here. It was the same scoreline, out of favour. It was Whittlesea United who had won, and I thought I might have been a bad omen.
All is forgiven. You're welcome back.
And, well, I have been invited back, but it's all to be had. All the luck there with Sahavdic. Well, there is a bit of afters between Sahavdic and company. It's all smiles.
I don't know why, but I might salute you and be off. Thank you again, Adam, for your time.
Joe Saylor, that will be us wrapped up on the broadcast. My name's been Adam Palombi. It's been quite the match at CB Smith Reserve. Brunswick Juventus win against Eltham Redbacks. The full-time score, 2-1.